Hey family, welcome back to Stacy Shining Light. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Friday. It's the weekend. I'm not going to hold y'all long. I just wanted to share my thoughts on a particular topic and situation that no one likes to go through. I wanted to share my thoughts and then I wanted to get y'all's thoughts. Anyone who wants to share their thoughts in the comments, of course, like the video, and let's have a conversation in the comments. If you can relate to what I'm going to be talking about. And what I want to talk about today is how we handle seasons of slander. And most people, if you've lived long enough, have dealt with this and have encountered this very unfortunate situation in some form or another, whether it's on the job, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's dealing with church hurt. Church hurt is a big thing nowadays. It could be in your intimate life, your intimate relationships, or your family. It could happen pretty much anywhere where you can, be misrepresented. And this type of representation is not by accident. It is when someone or some people are going out of their way to assassinate your character, to slander your name, to lie, and, say things about you and spread false narratives about you that do not authentically align with your character. How do you handle yourself in those situations? Because everyone is different, everyone processes things different, and everyone handles things different. And that's a struggle for me, right? I know I'm always on here talking about leaning into the Lord and, reading your scriptures and prayer and, God is going to work it out. And those things are true. I do stand by that. But if I'm being honest, and, I'm always about being authentic, right? Yes, we need to have faith that God is going to work it out and He is going to vindicate you because He will. But at the same time, during that season of waiting, when having patience is required of you to get through these seasons, that is very difficult. And I'm not going to undermine or downplay how difficult that can be, because I know firsthand it is very difficult if we're talking about people playing with your name and your reputation, and none of it is an accurate reflection of who you are and who you know yourself to be. These people are out here putting not even 20 on 10, 50 on 5. How about that? Just operating in lies. And it has always baffled me how people can just lie with ease, with a straight face, and it is demonic. It is demonic for sure. We know the devil is a liar. That's not just cliche. That is so true. The devil is a liar. And the truth ain't in him. But, as you're trying to get through those seasons and while you're waiting for God to work things out, it is very, very tempting to want to vindicate yourself, to want to get in there and, right that wrong and hey, that's not true and blah, 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 blah. That is exhausting, first and foremost. It's exhausting. And sometimes you can end up making yourself look worse, trying to vindicate yourself. No one can vindicate you how God can. The way He does it, the timing, the scenario and situations, He can align things supernaturally to whereas you don't even have to be anywhere near the situation. And it would be undeniable that it was a lie and the person that was telling the lie will be the one that end up looking crazy once they're exposed. That will happen in due time. But how do we get through the season of waiting? How do we lean into that season and find peace in the waiting? Do we just pray on it continually? Do we journal about it? Do we get in those scriptures and find scriptures that align with the situation? Because that's what I've been doing, right? The vengeance is mine. I shall repay. The Lord shall fight for you. Keep your peace. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not unto your own understanding, right? If God be for you, who be against you? And I can go on and on, where there are so many wonderful, wonderful scriptures that will keep you encouraged in those seasons. But it is also a very hurtful thing, and it can infuriate you. You know, your reputation. I know if you're like me and most people, your reputation is everything to you. Well, maybe not everything, but the character, the person that you are inside, that's important to you, because that's how you show up. And not so much caring about what people think of you, because people are always going to have an opinion, and there's always going to be some people that just don't like you, and that's just what it is. And you have to be okay with that, because you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that's cool. But at the same time, that doesn't give people a license to act the fool and lie on your name and create false narratives. That's not okay. It's okay that they may not like you. That's all right. But to lie, to try to, create a false narrative, that's not cool. And God doesn't like it either. And he sees it and he knows it. But the truth does have a way of surfacing, and God will do it in due time. We just gotta be patient. And that's what I'm struggling with. So again, if y'all have some suggestions for me, hop down in the comments and let me know what you guys do while you're in that season of waiting for vindication. How do you wait for God to vindicate you? That's what we're talking about today. Waiting while the vindication is loading, right? Staying right in God's eyes, keeping clean hands, and not getting in the way, because when we get in the way, sometimes that could delay things even further. When you get in the way of what God is doing, sometimes that could delay things even further. So you got to just back up, hands off, and let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him fix it. Because we cannot do it any more perfect than God can. I promise you that. Only thing I'm struggling with is the patience part. I struggle with patience. I can be very impatient. Absolutely. But yeah. Let me know y'all's thoughts on that. I'm going to end the video here. Y'all have a great weekend. And always, let your light shine. And until next time, peace.